How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is John, and in today's video we're talking about the next big space telescope. Right now we're living in the era of James Webb and Hubble, and right now we're getting some of the most incredible images of the universe we've ever seen. But NASA already has the next major observatory on the way, and it's called the Nancy Roman Grace Space Telescope, and this is supposed to be launching later 2026. And this isn't just another space camera. This telescope is designed to map the universe in a completely new way, and astronomers think it could transform what we know about dark energy, galaxies, and even planets around other stars. So first, I think we need to clear something up. A lot of people called the James Webb Space Telescope the successor to Hubble, and in some ways, sure, it's the next generation, but scientifically, they're actually built for pretty different jobs. Hubble mostly looks at visible light, the kind our eyes see. James Webb looks mainly at infrared light, which is great for seeing very distant galaxies and objects hidden behind dust. Because infrared has longer wavelengths, the James Webb Space Telescope needs a much bigger mirror to get sharp images. That's why its mirror is 6.5 meters wide compared to Hubble's 2.4 meters. So Webb isn't just Hubble 2.0, it's more like a totally different kind of space telescope. But Roman is much closer to being a true follow-up to Hubble. It looks at similar wavelengths, visible and near infrared, and even has a mirror the same size as Hubble's. But here's the game-changing part, guys. Roman can see a huge area of the sky at once. Its field of view is about 100 times bigger than Hubble's. So instead of small detailed snapshots, Roman will take massive detailed space images covering huge regions. Think of it like this: Hubble, you're going to get amazing close-up photos, and the Roman telescope, wide-angle photos with the same level of detail. That's why astronomers are seriously excited about this. So let's talk about who was Nancy Grace Roman. Back in the 1950s and 60s, when NASA was just starting out, she became NASA's first chief of astronomy. Her job was basically to decide what space astronomy missions should exist and convince people to fund them. One of the missions she pushed for, the Large Space Telescope, that later became Hubble. So naming this telescope after her makes total sense. So one of Roman's main goals is to study dark energy. Dark energy is the mysterious thing making the universe expand faster and faster. We know it's happening, but we don't know what's causing it. Roman will help by creating a 3D map of the universe. Here's how that works in simple terms. It takes pictures of millions of galaxies, it spreads their light into a spectrum. From that, scientists measure something called redshift. Redshift tells us how much a galaxy light has stretched as the universe expanded. More stretch equals farther away. So then we get the position in the sky equals distance equals a 3D map, because we see distant galaxies as they were billions of years ago. That map also shows how the universe expanded over time. That could help us figure out what dark energy actually is. So Roman isn't just about galaxies, it's also going to hunt for planets around other stars. It's going to use a method called microlensing, where a planet's gravity briefly bends and brightens the light of a background star. So Roman could find thousands of planets this way, even ones floating freely in space. But the really exciting tech is the coronagraph on board. This blocks out the blinding light from a star, so we can see the faint planets next to it. So Hubble actually has one, ground telescopes also have them, but the Roman's version is much more advanced. That means we'll be able to directly see fainter, smaller planets than ever before. It's a big step towards future missions that might one day image Earth-like worlds. You also might have heard of Euclid, the European Space Agency telescope launched recently. It's also mapping the universe and studying dark energy. So how are they different? Euclid actually surveys a much bigger area of the sky, but it has a smaller mirror. Roman will look at a smaller area, but will go deeper and see fainter, more distant galaxies. So they actually work together, filling in gaps in each other's maps. So just to remind you about the Roman Space Telescope, it's a true follow-up to the Hubble Space Telescope. It's a dark energy detective, it's a galaxy mapping machine, an exoplanet hunter, and it's also a stepping stone towards future life-finding missions. Alright, so that's the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, NASA's next big eye in the sky, launching in late 2026. As always, I try and bring you the real space stuff and no overhyped AI nonsense. If you enjoyed this and learned something, or just liked space without the bullshit, hit the like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.